Without further ado, we do have our next speaker ready to come on stage. He will be talking to you about the time to value of applying Gen AI. He's the CTO at Sofitel, all the way from Finland. We still have a bit of a change of the guard going, but anyone who's still sitting and listening, feel free to clap, right? And welcome Juho on stage, please.
Okay. All right. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, my name is Juho Nevalainen, coming from Sofigate, and will be. Okay, sorry. Now you can hear me better. Yeah, good. So my name is Juho, coming from Sofigate, and we'll be talking about accelerating time to value in business transformation. And obviously, I need to put some AI here because every presentation is about AI today. So, but to get a little bit you on the map, how we approach business transformations. Couple of words what we actually do at Sofigate. So, we are actually not a traditional management consultancy company. What we do is we lead transformation in the digital era. So we help our customers succeed in doing the transformations. But we are not actually a software development company either. So we rely on the leading platforms, leading business platforms, low-code, no-code solutions. So we are not developing the softwares ourselves. Here are some basic facts about Sofigate. You can read them later if you want, but basically the thing is that we try to put together transformations and the technology in one package, because we have seen so many times during the last 20 years that there is a huge gap between IT and business guys, so we definitely want to gap that. Okay, and one thing more. For the last 15 years, we've been developing an open source management framework and let's say a library of best practices. We call it the Business Technology Standard. So it's open, free of charge, no registration needed or anything. So feel free to take a look at managebt.org if you're interested. That's aimed definitely for business guys. But good. Maybe going into topic, so maybe you have realized, so time is becoming a little bit of an essence at the moment. So that's why the time to value is becoming more strategic assets for any company, right? Because the AI era will increase the need for speed eventually. So basically, what can we do for it? So in the earlier presentation, I saw the same guy there as the Jensen Huang from NVIDIA. He has been basically saying that if you feel that the AI train is going quite fast, that basically is meaning that you are standing on the platform looking at the train that is going past you. So the only thing you can do basically is to jump on the train, because when you are in the train, that doesn't really feel that it's moving so rapidly. So that's one piece of advice. Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger used to say that just sleep faster. So that can be another piece of advice, but you can decide what you trust. But basically, what we are talking with the time to value is that we need to be going this cycle, which is highly simplified, obviously. So from planning into building, from building into running technology solutions, and making sure that the people follow. So it's not only about technology development, but also keeping your people on board. And obviously, the thing is that only at the end of this cycle the value is truly realized. Everything else before is just cost, right? So value of a technology transformation is only realized when you reached the point where you have something in production and people are really using it and so on. Now, what this means in practice then, obviously we have seen a lot of development happening lately, or not lately, but within the last decades or so. So we first went to traditional waterfall projects into sprint-based. That maybe it gapped the bridge between the building and running, obviously, but then still the planning phase is a little bit separate island there. And then maybe finally, with the help of AI, we could finally reach the stage where plan, build, and run are kind of inseparable. And what's a little bit tricky in this situation is that where is the business management actually then sitting there? It's in the planning phase typically. So I guess the very easy example is that the business guys are first doing the design on a very, very high level and then hand it over to development guys and say that just please execute and so on, and then they are gone. And at the end of the day, they are just coming to question that where are the results and what did happen to all of that. So I'll come back to that a little bit later in detail. One thing to mention also is that we have already increased the time to value, increased the efficiency, so minimize the time to value from 6 months into 3 months, and then let's see if we can still cut another 50% with the help of AI. So what is then the secret sauce to minimize the time to value? I give you a couple of tips from my perspective. Tip number 1 is ensure that there is a real ownership of business management in the transformation. So the business guys need to get their hands really dirty in this soup, right? So it just doesn't work in a way that you stand in the audience or you stand in the background. You really need to do something with your own hands, and that applies definitely for the AI development as well, as you probably heard many times in this event already. So that's one. The second thing is that we advise companies to take full advantage of the platforms that they are already using. So many companies are using low-code solutions like Salesforce or ServiceNow or SAP S/4HANA and so on, which already come with so many AI functionalities and capabilities built in. So why do you start building your own LLMs and own things while you have many things already in the table and you are basically already paying for them? So that's quite interesting to see that you are actually paying licenses for stuff that you are actually not even using, and still trying to do some custom coding. So maybe it's first good to take the full advantage of the platforms that you have already, and then if that's not enough, then maybe it's good to start thinking about custom development. Then the third one is the operating model. So do you have a common cookbook that is understandable for both business and IT? Very often we see cases where this is not happening. So it's basically that everyone is having their own little models, and especially with external stakeholders. So your service providers, they even have third or fourth different versions of your processes or ways of working and so on. So it tends to create a mess and definitely not good and efficient way of working. So the 3 tips, and of course the nice thing here is that AI can be then supporting in all of these steps, right? So it's a busy slide, I know, and maybe you wanna read them through when you get the material. But anyway, so you can do a lot of things with the help of generative AI to ease these 3 things basically. So business leaders, you don't need to be a tech expert to be able to do your design work, and you don't need to be a tech expert to be able to do things with the modern business platforms, and for example, to create new workflows or new processes and so on. You don't need to be a tech expert in order to use AI-powered process mining to find out new improvement ideas and so on. With the low-code, no-code business platforms, a lot of things built in the platforms itself. And then I strongly want to highlight the project management and change management activities. So you can build very easily a lot of kinds of AI agents and all of these things to support you with change management for example, communications or process reporting or whatever, task management. So all of these things obviously bringing a lot of efficiency and minimizing the time to value there. And then finally for the operating model part, obviously the same AI agents can be utilized in supporting you with one common way of working and so on. Talking about the operating model, we have been developing for our customers a couple of times these kinds of operating models already on how can they actually lead their AI development, starting from business needs, starting from their visions, prioritizing heavily and going into actual development of these solutions. And what is quite interesting, a couple of our customers are saying basically, well, one example is that one of our customers is a medical company in Finland, and what they have already, they say that you know we have already like 50 different AI agents that helping our doctors in their everyday life, right? So when the doctors are coming to their workplace in the morning, they basically take out their systems and select that I need these and these and these AI agent now to support me in today's activities. And now it's quite cool. It's super interesting, and they are very much ahead. So one agent is helping them with diagnosis, and one agent can be helping them with reporting and documentation, and some agent can be doing other these daily activities. But when we then ask them that, okay, you are now already having these agents, but how do you make sure that they are kind of developed further, and who has the ownership of each of these 50 agents, and how do you ensure that they are compliant with new regulations and so on and so on? What's the common way of working? And then they actually become silent, right? So then when you ask that, okay, what do you do when you have the extra or the new 100 agents? Then what is your current way of working and so on? So that just tells us that there's a huge need of these kinds of common operating models. So as a summary, you can do a lot of things to improve the time to value in the business transformations, all the way from designing the transformation into executing it and into managing the change for the people side. Sofigate has a lot of different kinds of services and solutions and whatnot to help you in your journey in the AI development. So feel free to take a look at them when you get the material if you're interested. And I don't know what happened to my last slide, but basically feel free to connect me in LinkedIn and so on. I did have a slide where all of this was actually visible, but here. Oh, no, sorry. So feel free to connect me with LinkedIn. If you want to have this material right away, you can download it with the QR code. I don't know if they're gonna share these presentations later on from the event. And check out the Business Technology Standard. That's free of charge, no registration needed, no nothing. So it's completely free, and you can utilize it right away if you want. So I think that's it from my side. So thanks a lot for your interest, and I wish you all the very nice event afterwards. Thanks.